One more application let us do now based on the same model. An infinitely long wire carrying a current I is bent at its midpoint O. To form an angle 45 degrees. P is a point at a distance r from the point of bending. At a distance capital R from the point of bending. Find magnetic field at P. This is the question. The diagram, it is like this. It is a wire A, O. The wire is bent at O to make this angle as 45 degrees. It is extended to infinity. It is also extended to infinity. P is a point which is located at a distance R from O. P is a point which is located at a distance R from O. We need to find the magnetic field at P. What is the magnetic field at this point? This is the question. So, in order to solve this, let us understand the figure clearly. Let us understand the figure clearly. Solution. Again, if I draw the figure, this angle is 45 degrees. This wire is carrying current I. This wire is carrying current I. Like this. This required point P is here, located at a distance R. If you expand this line, it may go like this. If you draw a perpendicular, the perpendicular is like this. If you join this point, as this angle is 45, this angle is also 45. So this angle is also 45 degrees. Foot of the perpendicular, let me name it as N. If you consider this conductor as a combination of two wires, this is the first part of the wire, this is the second part of the wire. Magnetic field at this point is because of the two parts. So B net is equal to B1 plus B2. For a conductor, if the point is lying just above or below in the same line of motion of current, the magnetic field is 0. So B1 is 0. Only we are interested in B2. Now, if I consider this point This point is at a perpendicular distance from this line. This distance, let it be d. You know that if this is a conductor carrying current I, if the point is lying here, magnetic field is 0. That's what we applied in case 1. If the point is lying somewhere here, if the distance is d, it is making some angle alpha here and beta here, means magnetic field is mu naught I by 4 pi d sin alpha plus sin beta. This is the general formula. In this case, we need to find the perpendicular distance d. So the perpendicular distance d can be identified from this right angle triangle. In this right angle triangle, if I take sin 45 means opposite side by hypotenuse, d by r. So d is equal to r into 1 by root 2. That is the perpendicular distance. Angle made by the two ends of the conductor I should consider. This end is making an angle alpha here, this end is making an angle beta here. So at this point, if you draw a line to other end, this angle tends to, that means this angle beta tends to pi by 2. If you join this point, other end is at infinite distance, so beta tends to pi by 2. What about alpha? Other end is below to this. Generally, if it is above to this angle we are measuring here, actually it is below to this. It is 45 degrees below to the line. That's why here angle is measured in clockwise direction. Angle is measured in clockwise direction. Hence that angle is taken as negative angle. Here angle is measured, actually we are measuring in anti-clockwise direction. This is in clockwise direction. But here, in this case, we have to measure this angle in clockwise direction. Therefore, the magnetic field mu naught I by 4 pi, in the place of d I should write r by root 2. In the place of alpha, I should write minus 45 sin 90 or pi by 2, whatever it is. Is it correct? With the general discussion, you can identify this as correct. Now, if you simplify, this, root 2 mu naught I by 4 pi r minus 1 by root 2 sin 90 is 1 plus 1. Whether the field is into the paper or out of the paper. Clearly, as the current is going like this, field is out of the paper. Field is out of the paper, that side, and the point is lying this side, it is into the paper. As the current is going like this, field is out of the paper this side and into the paper this side. So as the point is lying below to the line, into the paper. So answer is root 2 mu naught I by 4 pi r into 1 minus 1 by root 2. If you take LCM, root 2 will be the LCM, it will cancel with this. Mu naught I by 4 pi r root 2 minus 1 into the paper. Mu naught I by 4 pi r into root 2 minus 1 into the paper. This is the solution for the given question. Try to understand how I taken the angle here. This end of the conductor, if you join here, it is at infinity, so this angle is tending to pi by 2. This end is actually lying below to this, so you have to measure the angle in clockwise direction. That's why I took that angle as minus 45. Clockwise angle is taken as negative. So answer is like that. Very simple. One more question, let us solve. The question is like this. Infinite number of straight wires carrying current I each carrying current I are equally placed as shown in figure. Adjacent wires have currents in opposite direction. Find the net magnetic field at P. This is the question. Here we have infinite set of wires like this. This first wire is carrying current in upward direction, second carrying current in downward direction, upward direction, downward direction, upward direction, like this. Here is a point P. It is like this. Here you have infinite number of wires arranged like this. So if you observe clearly, all the wires they are making some common angle here, 30 degrees as per the diagram. We need to find strength of the magnetic field B here because of the infinite set of wires. Because of the infinite set of wires, we need to find the strength of the magnetic field at B, at P. And you are given that the spacing between the wires is equal. Wires are equally spaced. So how to solve the question? This is distance A. So this is the figure given to us. We need to solve the solution here. As per the question, magnetic field at P can have a general formula, mu naught I by 4 pi d sin alpha plus sin beta. Clearly they gave alpha value as beta value as 30 only. The length of the conductor is not there in the formula. Strength of current, they gave it as I. Every conductor is carrying current I only. Every conductor is carrying current I only. Alpha is given, beta is given, D is given, I is given, everything is given. But what is this D exactly? D exactly is the distance here. This is the distance D. So here, if I take cos 30 is d by a. D is equal to a cos 30. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Root 3a by 2 is the distance. Net field at B means field due to the first wire, second wire, this is first wire, second wire, third wire, fourth wire, fifth wire, like that we have to consider. If you observe like this, because of the first wire, field is out of the paper. Because of the second wire, field is into the paper. Field is out of the paper means I should take it as positive, B1, because of the first wire. B2 is into the paper, negative. B3 is out of the paper, B4 is into the paper, B5 is out of the paper, B6 is into the paper, plus etc. 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 up to infinity. Infinite number of wires are there. What is the spacing between the wires? As per the diagram, the spacing between the wires is equal. That means from here to here the distance is d, here to here d, like that. So the distance of the point from the first wire is d, distance of the point from the second wire is 2d, distance of the point from the third wire is 3d, etc. etc. like that. Now, the common term in all these things is mu naught I by 4 pi sin 30 plus sin 30. This is the common term. Distance of the first wire is 1 by d. Distance of the second wire is 1 by 2d. Distance of the third wire is 1 by 3d. Distance of the fourth wire is 1 by 4d, plus etc. etc. up to infinity. Remaining all the terms are common. Sin 30 is 1 by 2, sin 30 is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 is 1. So it is mu naught I by 4 pi. This is common. If I take 1 by d as common here, 1 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 5, 1 by 6, etc. up to infinity. Will you see any progression over here? Any common ratio or common difference did you identify? Is it a progression? If you observe clearly, it is the expansion of log 2 to the base e. D value I calculated it as root 3 a by 2. Log 2 to the base e. This 2 will go to the numerator. X log m is log x power m. So you may write it as mu naught I by 4 root 3 pi. This 2 will come here. 2 will go to the power of this log 4 to the base e. Mu naught I by 4 root 3 pi. A is also available. Mu naught I by 4 root 3 pi a into log 4 to the base e. The direction of this field is, net field is, if the distance is less, field is more. Maximum field is observed with respect to the first wire. So the first wire is providing field out of the paper. So out of the paper means you can take it as k cap or simply like this. If I consider this as x axis, this as y axis, magnetic field is along z axis. Along z axis unit vector is k cap, or you can say field is out of the paper. It is a simple solution for this question. But you should know the expansion. This is the expansion of log 2. From your mathematics, you will have that idea. From mathematics, you will have that idea. One more question. Very simple question I am going to give you. Try to answer along with me. The question says, find the magnetic field at P due to the arrangement as shown. Below. It is also extended up to infinity. This is the point P. This wire is carrying current I. The same current is going like this. This point is located just below the bend, and this bend is 90 degrees bend. This bend is 90 degrees bend. and if you draw a line, obviously it will make how many degrees here? 45 degrees. The question is to find magnetic field at P. Is it out of the paper or into the paper? And what is the magnitude of the magnetic field at that point? So we need to do. So what is the solution of this question? Try to solve. You know the magnetic field due to a straight wire carrying current. So, first of all, we need to measure the perpendicular distance of the point from the line of conductor. This is the perpendicular distance D, let us suppose. Actually, as per the question, the point is lying below the bend at a distance A. This they gave. A is the distance given by them, but we require D. So, same like earlier question, in this question also we will take sine 45. Sine 45 degrees means opposite side by hypotenuse, D by A. D is equal to A into 1 by root 2. This is the distance. And we need to have alpha and beta. Alpha is the angle made by first end of the conductor at point. Beta is the angle made by the second end of the conductor with point. First end of the conductor is making an angle like this, 45 degrees clockwise. So, general formula B is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi D sin alpha plus sin beta. This is the general formula. In this formula, strength of the current they gave it as I only 4 pi. D value we calculated at A by root 2 sin minus 45 degrees plus sin pi by 2, 90, the other end, because of this wire. Because of this wire, this is the field due to the first portion of the wire. This is the field due to the first portion of wire. Field due to second portion of the wire, the same. But first portion of the wire provides into the paper. The second portion of the wire also provides into the paper. This is into the paper. The same expression you will get, mu naught I by 4 pi A by root 2 minus 1 by root 2 plus 1 into the paper. B net B1 plus B2. So 2 mu naught I by 4 pi A by root 2 root 2 minus 1 by root 2. Root 2 gets cancelled. This will go for 2 times. So the answer is mu naught I by 2 pi A into root 2 minus 1 into the paper. Mu naught I by 2 pi A into root 2 minus 1 is the answer. Into the paper. Very, very simple. So like this, you try to solve the problems related to the questions. Let us solve one more beautiful question. The question, it is like this. Two parallel horizontal conductors are suspended by light vertical threads (75 centimeters long). Each conductor has mass 40 grams per meter. Each conductor has mass 40 grams per meter. And when there is no current, they are 0.5 centimeter apart. They are 0.5 centimeter apart. Equal magnitude current in the two wires result in a separation of 1.5 centimeters. Find the value and direction of currents. Find the value and direction of currents. Solution. First of all, let us draw the figure. Here is a rigid support. From the support, initially the conductors are held like this when no current is available. This is the first conductor. This is the second conductor. Conductor is like this into the paper. When currents are passing through them, their separation increases. This is the new separation of the two conductors. Old separation is 0.5 centimeters. It is moved through 0.5 centimeters. It is also moved to 0.5 centimeters. Total separation becomes 1.5 centimeters. Mass per unit length of each wire is 40 grams per meter. 40 grams per meter. And length of the thread they used is 75 centimeters. This length also 75 centimeters. Strength of the current. Current passing through the first wire is equal to current passing through the second wire is equal to the same current. Obviously, the direction of currents are anti-parallel to one another. If their currents are traveling parallel to each other, they will attract. If currents are traveling in opposite direction, they will repel each other. Here repulsion is happening, so the direction of currents is opposite to one another. If current is going into the paper here, current should go out of the paper here. Here current I1, here current I2, both are having identical magnitude, but the direction is different in two conductors. Now the question, as per the question, we are required to find the magnitude of each current. Directions already we mentioned. We need to find the magnitude of each current. Here, let me take this angle as theta. Let me take this angle as theta. Obviously, this is also theta. Here, if m is the mass of the conductor, mg is the weight of the conductor acting in the downward direction. Mg is the weight of the conductor acting in the downward direction. The repulsive force will act in this way. Repulsive force will act in this way. The tension in the string will be acting in this way. So if you observe clearly, this is tension, this is repulsive force, this is the weight, and this angle is theta. If I take tan theta is equal to F by mg. Tan theta is equal to F by mg. But the force can be calculated, force per unit length can be calculated as mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi d. Mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi d. Force per unit length can be calculated by using this formula. Here you are given opposite side length and hypotenuse length. So sin theta is equal to opposite side length is 0.5 by hypotenuse is 75. If I take 0.1, $15. Otherwise 1 by 150 is the value of sin theta. But if you want tan theta, you can use this sin theta value to calculate tan theta. So tan theta is equal to, in the place of f I can write mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi d mg. 2 pi d mg. You know the value of mu naught, 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. From this tan theta you can calculate like this. Sin theta means 1 by 150 if it is x. Tan theta is equal to 1 by x. 1 square plus x square is equal to this one. So that is x is equal to square root of 150 square minus 1. 150 square minus 1. That is square root of minus 1. So by substituting tan theta value here, 1 by square root of 22499 equal to mu naught is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 by 2 pi. The new separation is 1.5 centimeters, 1.5 into 10 power minus 2 meters. M by L value is directly given. You can convert it into kilograms, 40 into 10 power minus 3 kg per meter. So if I bring this L to the denominator, that M by value is 40 into 10 power minus 3. G value 980. Sorry, 9.8 in MKS system, 9.8. In the numerator, I1, I2, both are having identical magnitude, I square you will get. I square you will get. So this will go for 2 times. This will go for 20 times. On simplification, you will get I value as 14 amperes. Here I1 and I2 are opposite to one another, since they repel each other. Since they repel each other. So this is the solution for the problem. You just do the simplification, it is quite easy. One more question. The question says, a conductor AB of length 10 centimeters is at a distance of 10 centimeters from an infinitely long parallel conductor carrying current 10 amperes. What work must be done to move AB to a distance of 20 centimeters from it, if it carries 5 amperes. This is the question. A conductor AB of length 10 centimeters is at a distance of 10 centimeters from infinitely long parallel conductor carrying current 10 amperes. What work must be done to move AB to a distance of 20 centimeters if it carries 5 amperes? Okay. You know the formula. Here the two conductors, one is carrying 10 amperes, the second one is carrying 5 amperes. It is clear. Length of the first conductor, they gave it as 10 centimeters. Second one is having infinite length. Initial separation between the conductors is 10 centimeters. Final separation is 20 centimeters. What is the work done? You are asked to find what is the work done. You know the formula, force acting between two conductors carrying current, parallel conductors carrying current per unit length is given by mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi d. This is the general formula for calculating force per unit length. But you are asked to find the work done. The small work done is equal to, from here, force can be taken as mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi d. dW is equal to F dx. W is equal to integral F dx, integral mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi d into dx. Here distance varies from, here x is the distance. Distance varies from 10 centimeters to 20 centimeters. Here distance varies from 10 centimeters to 20 centimeters. Constants you can keep out. Mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi. Here the distance I am taking letter x. So integral L dx by x. This distance I am representing with x. Okay. 2 pi x you better write. Here also initial separation is x1, final separation is x2. Okay. In MK system 10 centimeters means 0.1 meter. This is 0.2 meters. Integral dx by x is log x to the base e. Integral dx by x is log x to the base e. So mu naught value is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. Strength of the currents are 10 into 5. Here actually first conductor is having 10 centimeters length. The second conductor is having infinite length. But we are considering only this portion of the second conductor which is executing the force. So the second conductor's length also we are considering only the portion which is equal to the first conductor. So that is 10 centimeters. 10 centimeters means 0.1 meters. 0.1 by 2 pi. Integral dx by x is log x to the base e, 0.1 to 0.2. This will go for 2 times. So 0.1 into 10 is 1. 2 5s are 10. It becomes 10 power minus 6 into log 0.2 by, actually log 0.2 minus log 0.1. to the base e. That is 10 power minus 6 into log to the base e. This is the work done. If you want, you can substitute the value of this log 2 to the base e. The solution is quite simple. Log 2 to the base e value is 0.693. Its value is 0.693 into 10 power minus 6 joules. Log 2 to the base e means log 2 to the base 10 into 2.303. 0.3010 into 2.303. That is 0.693. In so many problems, you will come across log 2 to the base e value. Log 2 to the base 10 value is 0.3010. Whenever you want to convert log 2 to the base e into log 2 to the base 10, you should multiply with 2.3026 or simply 2.303. So answer is 0.693 into 10 power minus 6 joules. Very, very simple. Just note down this. Try to solve the remaining problems which are given in the integrated material. We will meet in the next class. Thank you.